Modern Dude Chat is brought to you by Beard Supply. BeardSupply.com. All natural beard care grooming products for your beard. Beard care for wildlife. Hey guys, welcome to the Modern Dude Chat podcast. It's your host Cody, and just Cody this week. That's right, it's just me, solo. Chuck couldn't make it. He had to bail on me this week. He's got a sick kiddo. Hope his little girl gets better soon. In the meantime, it's just you and me. We got this. We can do it. Let's see what we can get into. Hopefully it's fun. Hopefully you guys will come back after this solo episode. I promise it'll be good. Stick around. Hang with me. I'm not nervous. You're nervous. All right? Let's get it. What's going on, everybody? Like I said, Chuck is out this week. It's just me, Cody, solo. It's just you and me, guys. Hanging out, shooting the shit. We got this, all right? So, yeah, like I said, Chuck, he's got a little sick kiddo. So hopefully she gets better, and we'll see Chuck next week on the podcast. But this week, it's me. We'll see what we can do. Let's see what we can get into. For starters, this is a little weird. I'm a little nervous. I never imagined I would be sitting here talking into a microphone by myself. But I'm here. We have arrived. And I'm going to move past it. I'm typically a pretty shy, nervous guy. But yeah, we're here, and I'm going to do that. And right off the bat, we're going to shoot into the alcohol feature this week, just to help kind of crack the nerves. I brought a favorite up here. I knew I was doing this. Chuck gave me about a 2 to 3 hour, 4 hour window notice and was like, hey man, I can't make it. You got to do this thing on your own. So I was like, all right, well, I'm definitely drinking some whiskey tonight. So I brought an old favorite. I think we featured this on the podcast in the past. This is one of my favorite whiskeys. It is Slow and Low. It's the black label. Tastes just like an old fashioned. It's like an old fashioned in a bottle. It's one of my favorites. Like I said, you guys have probably heard us mention this once upon a time. We've even featured it, I'm sure, by now. But yeah, so I'm drinking some Slow and Low, trying to take the edge off and just relax and kick it with you guys. I hope all you guys are doing well out there. I've had a pretty good week. The weekend was pretty good. Can't complain. It's kind of a roller coaster type weekend as far as like a roller coaster of emotions. My daughter, she turned 11 on Friday, and we celebrated her birthday this weekend with some of her friends. But I also made it a point to spend some time with my son. It was time. It was one of those weekends where I was like, all right, it's time for like father-son time. We need to go kick it, just him and I. He's getting older. He's 14. He's freshman in high school, and it's still blowing my mind. I'm still trying to figure out how to connect with a teenager. It's hard. It's difficult. If you guys out there, if any of you listeners have teenagers or have had teenagers, I'm sure you know the struggle. I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. It's a unique dynamic. We have a good relationship. I don't want to act like we don't. But yeah, so him and I, it was time for a good weekend. It's just, being 14 and he's my first teenager, so I'm figuring out, I'm sure figuring it out. Obviously, he's never been a teenager before, but anyway, so we woke up Saturday morning. I think I mentioned this last week on the podcast, we went out to Top Golf. I don't know if any of you guys have ever heard of that place. I don't know if it's just a Texas. No, it's not a Texas thing. I think it's nationwide now. So it was my first time to go to Top Golf. He's been numerous times with his grandparents. It was almost like I was like, "Hey, you want to go to Top Golf instead of going to a golf course or a driving range?" She's like, "Oh yeah, sure. Yeah, I've been. Like no big deal." And I was like over here super excited. I'm like, "Dude, you want to go to Top Golf? Like, isn't that a great idea that I just came up with?" And he was just like, "Oh yeah, I've been tons of times with my grandparents." And so, anyways, I was more excited than he was, but he was down. So, anyways, I took my son to Top Golf on Saturday morning. First time ever be there, and it was really, really freaking cool. I don't know what I thought about that place ahead of going. I looked it up on the website and was kind of looking at all the features and how to play and what to do and pricing and all that. And the pricing's pretty reasonable. But anyways, so we showed up Saturday morning pretty early. I wanted to make sure we got there so that we could get a bay. So it's kind of like think of like bowling, like a bowling alley, where you go and you get put in a lane with multiple people. Similar situation at Topgolf. So you go and you rent a bay, and at this particular location in Dallas, they had 2 layers, 2-story, and then I don't know how many bays, tons of bays. So basically, you rent a bay out for a certain allotted amount of time, and you're on a time limit. You have I think we went and did like an hour and a half. So it shows you the little ticker. It shows how much time you have left to play, and there's numerous games. So we just went out there and had a good time. Him and I. It was really fun. He's into golf in high school right now. He's playing golf, so he's really getting into it, and it's exciting. I like that he's into golf right now. And so, anyways, we went to Top Golf and had a good time. He's a pretty damn good little golf player, I might say. Just with no previous experience, he's kind of picked it up. He's like a natural athletic type kid, like he can pick things up pretty quick. So I was impressed with like how well he was actually doing. He was doing pretty dang good. He beat me quite a few times in the little mini games that they have. But anyways, really cool place. You guys check it out. If you've never been to Top Golf, I highly encourage you to check it out. It's a pretty rad place. It's like I said, it's similar to bowling, but I mean they serve beer, they serve food. They also offer like night games where you can go out there at night and all the holes are lit up. You're basically trying to hit, like in bowling you're trying to hit the pins obviously down the lane. At Topgolf you're trying to hit specific holes that are out there. So you'll see like there's numerous holes at different yardage, different ranges, and you're just trying to get points. Basically, you get points for hitting the balls out in these holes, and then there's exterior little sections where you get points as well. But anyways, super cool. I had a blast for the time that we were there, and then we went and picked up lunch and came back to town, which we live about 30 minutes outside of Dallas, and came back, took him to the barber shop, went and got him a fresh cut. It was just kind of like a father-son day. It was really cool. I really, really enjoy days like that. It didn't last long enough, unfortunately, but the little time that I had with him was great. And I'm sure all you fathers out there, know exactly what I'm talking about. It's just that time spent, one-on-one with your kids is it's always awesome. It's always memorable. It's something that I think you should do as much as possible, and I try to do that with, I've got 4 kids, so it's hard to venture out one-on-one with all of the kids, but I definitely try to do that from time to time. But anyways, had a nice little Saturday morning with my son. Like I said, he's getting older. It's hard to read teenagers, we have a good relationship, but like I said, it's still like, I don't know, sometimes it's awkward, like we have similar taste in music. That's cool. He's a really good kid, and he's into a lot of cool stuff. He's I'm a pretty young parent. I had him at a pretty young age. So, but anyways, we had a good time. And then Saturday evening, my daughter, she turned 11, and she had all of her friends over. She had like 5 or 6 friends over, and so that happened. Tons of girls in the house. I had to basically, just kind of be there, be present, kind of help my wife out with all the little, duties that come with, having that many girls and friends over for the party. We ended up going to the movie to see Abominable, which is a new movie that just came out. Really, really good movie. I enjoyed it. It was fun. The girls had fun. We were jamming out on the way over there, just listening to music and whatnot. And yeah, so anyways, this is really weird with Chuck not here, not having a conversation. But yeah, so it was fun. She had fun. The girls had a lot of fun. We had fun at the movie. Got them, popcorn drinks, and we snuck in some candy, like you're supposed to do, and had a good time. And they came back and just ran around the house, played hide and seek, and just had a good time. And they claimed they were going to stay up all night. At that age, staying up all night is like the cool thing to do. And I don't think any of them made it, but they tried. So yeah, nice little Saturday. It was it was chaotic, but at the same time it was nice because, like I said, I got to spend time with my son one on one, and with my daughter and her friends and cousins and my other younger daughter. She came along, and then the youngest one, she spent the night with my mother-in-law. But anyways, had a nice little Saturday, good time, and then just kind of kicked it Sunday, took it easy, did some mowing. Yeah, that's pretty much it. What are you guys up to out there? I know I'm sick of summer, that's for sure. I'm ready for fall. Fall is like my favorite season, and then into winter. But man, am I ready for fall. Texas is so brutal in the summer. It is just unbelievably brutal. My yard is like cracked and dead, and I don't want to waste the money on like watering it nonstop, because that's literally what it takes here in Texas, is watering your yard nonstop. And I am just the type of guy that's just like, I'm not gonna like waste money and resources to like water my yard. At some point I have to do something, because we have a pier and beam house, so it's almost a requirement in some stages, because you want the foundation to be nice and watered and not get too out of whack, because the house does shift. And that's the only thing about pier and beam houses, is you do have to pay attention to like the foundation and the exterior, and make sure that you're at least keeping track of that. But man, I am just not the type of guy that likes to water his yard and just waste money on water. I just don't see the point in it. I don't know. I might be crazy, but to me, it's just like a waste of money. And I, just don't want to waste my money on water. But anyways, my daughters, like all three of my daughters, they have birthdays. 2 of them have birthdays in September, and then one has a birthday this week. So it's like back to back to back. And it's hitting me hard this year. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just because they're all like literally getting older, and they're becoming like tiny little humans. They're not babies anymore. I'm really struggling with it. So I've got 14-year-old, 11-year-old, 7-year-old, and then my youngest turns 3 in like a couple of days. So yeah, it's kind of hitting me hard. It's kind of sad, It's like, man, kids are growing up. Time is flying by like faster and faster and faster every year, and it's just, man, I'm getting to the point now to where it's like, I really want to just like slow down and just like relish, these moments, and really cherish, what's going on around me, especially with my kiddos, because man, it is flying by, and it is just becoming like a sobering reality, if that makes sense. Yeah, it's just really hitting hard this year. I don't know what it is, but I'm sure all of you guys out there that have kids can relate. It's hard to deal with, and all you parents that listen, man, I mean it's tough. If you guys have any wise words, please share. I'm always open to hear, just the wisdom, that comes with parenting. I always like hearing stories and just like, little tips and tricks and wiser words from, much wiser older people that have been there and lived it. So yeah, if you guys have anything to share, please do. Always love hearing that type of stuff. But anyways, birthdays, kids getting older, man, it's hitting hard this year. And I'm getting older too, so maybe it's just like a package deal, it's kind of just like that reality. But anyways, you know what I just realized? I totally skipped over fresh track of the week. I am such an idiot. I am moving so fast and I am nervous as all get out. I'm going to jump right into the fresh track, okay? Like I said, I'm drinking slow and low tonight, trying to take the edge off, kind of minimize the nerves here. I don't know why I'm so nervous. I'm up here just like talking into a microphone. But anyways, so slow and low, I'm drinking the Black Label. You guys go check that out. Really, really good whiskey. And fresh track of the week. So, man, holy cow. I found somebody new that I have obviously never heard of, and I am really into him. His name is Benjamin Booker. Go look him up. Benjamin Booker. He, I think I found out about him through Gary Clark Jr. He had a post this weekend. I forget where he was playing, but whoever was opening for Gary Clark Jr. ended up getting sick or something, and it was like a last minute deal, and they're like, hey, Benjamin Booker, this guy that I've never heard of, is going to fill in and open for Gary Clark Jr. tonight. And Gary Clark Jr. posted that on his Instagram. You guys go check that out. Anyway, so I'm always like keeping my ears and eyes peeled for stuff like that. And so sure enough, I go and check this guy out, and holy cow. Legit. Love him. All right. He's raw. Really, really like his stuff. One of the songs that I really, really like, I've been listening to nonstop. It's called The Slow Drag Under by Benjamin Booker. Anyways, you guys go check him out. I think you'll like it. If you like the type of stuff that I listen to all kinds of stuff. This is right up that like Gary Clark Jr., Leon Bridges. It's kind of in that same vein. So anyways, go check out Benjamin Booker. The song that I recommend is The Slow Drag Under. Really good stuff. I think you guys will like it. So yeah, sorry about that. I skipped over fresh track. Man, I am just out of sorts with Chuck gone. But let's get into something else. So I wanted to kind of give you guys, like I said, I'm just kind of winging it here and just rambling at this point. But this weekend, so Sunday, I actually took it, like I said, I took it easy. And I started watching, I don't know if you guys know the movie, it's called The Chef movie. It's not called The Chef movie, but it's called The Chef. And Jon Favreau is in it. I don't know if you, hopefully I didn't butcher his name. Jon Favreau. He's in like Iron Man 2, Space Adventure. So anyways, I started watching The Chef, or actually I had never seen The Chef, and finally watched it for the first time. And the reason I got caught up in that was because I started watching The Chef Show, which was on Netflix. It's like a spin-off of that movie, The Chef. I've been into like I've really been into like watching cooking shows here lately. All I do, literally, when I have time to watch TV or TV at all or streaming, I'm watching like cooking stuff. I don't know. I know what it is. But I have like really, really gotten into like watching cooking shows, just fascinated with like cooks and cooking. So I started watching The Chef Show on Netflix, which I also highly encourage you guys to go watch that. But it's a spinoff from that movie, The Chef, which was released in 2014. Really, really good movie. You guys go check that out. And speaking of which, Gary Clark Jr. is in that movie, which I thought was the coolest thing. I don't know if it's called The Chef or it's just called Chef. Anyway, yeah, just Chef. released in 2014. I just watched it for the first time this weekend. Really, really good. The Chef show is on Netflix. Seth Rogen was featured on it. Quite a few other celebrities and other top-notch cooks have been on that show. You guys go check that out. It's really, really good. That's what I kind of dove into this weekend. It was just like binging the Chef show and then watch the Chef movie. Really, really good stuff, though. Like I said, highly encourage you guys to go do that. And so, real quick, I have been wanting to spill the beans for many, many months now. And we're getting closer and closer to revealing something that my wife and I and actually just our entire family is kind of jumping in on. That's the reason I'm watching a lot of cooking shows, if that kind of gives you guys a hint. But stay tuned. The next few weeks, I am going to reveal something that we've been working on, a new project that I am super, super, super excited about. Can't wait to share with you guys. So, like I said, I will reveal that within the next few weeks. You guys stay tuned. I don't want to do it without Chuck here. Chuck knows about it, but I want to do it with Chuck here because I think it'll be a good conversation, and we can kind of conversate about it. But you guys stay tuned. I cannot wait to reveal this new project that we're working on. It's a family affair. It's my family. We're all getting into it, and it's going to be really, really fun. I can't wait. I'm just itching over here to just tell you guys about it, but I'm being patient. I'm letting it all play out the way that it's supposed to play out, and then we're going to do like a nice little reveal on the podcast. So you guys stay tuned. Within the next few weeks, I'm letting it out. I'm letting the cat out of the bag. You guys stay tuned. Let's see. So we're going to do like a short and sweet episode this week. I don't have a whole lot. I just kind of want to talk about my kids and my weekend and just kind of fill some space here. And like I said, drinking some Slow and Low. Go listen to Benjamin Booker. Go watch The Chef. Go watch The Chef show. Really, really good. And then there's a few other things I want to talk about. So I don't know if you guys know, I am like super into like SpaceX. Elon Musk, SpaceX, and what they're doing over there. I think it's just absolutely fascinating that Elon is just getting closer and closer to allowing humans to basically, I don't know, travel commercially almost in space. I know that's really far off, but it's not. And I'm just really fascinated by it. So this weekend, he revealed what they've been working on here recently, which is what they're calling the Starship. It was the Starship prototype. And the really cool thing about this, you guys go check out the website. It's unbelievable. It's on the SpaceX website. It's called Starship, which is a fully reusable transportation system designed to carry both crew and cargo to Earth orbit, the Moon, Mars, and beyond. And I'm reading this straight off the website. Starship will be the world's most powerful launch vehicle ever developed, with the ability to carry in excess of 100 metric tons to Earth orbit, drawing on an extensive history of launch vehicle and engine development programs. SpaceX has been rapidly iterating on the design of Starship with orbital flight targeted for 2020, people. 2020, next year. So, man, I am just like, I get all giddy over here. I'm just fascinated by it. So, the really, really cool thing about this is they assembled. SpaceX apparently has a like a little branch or location in Boca Chica, Texas, and they assembled this Starship Mk1 test vehicle in less than 6 months. So that's actually where he revealed it this weekend. It was Saturday in Texas, like I said, Boca Chica, Texas. He just kind of gave an update on SpaceX's plans for the gigantic next generation rocket and spacecraft, which is Starship. Just a few things here. It measures 30 feet wide, features movable fins, and it's got 37 Raptor engines, which it generates more than 1.3 million pounds of collective thrust at full throttle. Insane. Future Starship vehicles will have 6 Raptor engines and will be mounted atop SpaceX's Super Heavy booster for missions into Earth orbit and beyond. Starship will be fully reusable, SpaceX says, and capable of vertical takeoffs and landings. Like I said, they're shooting for 2020 test flights and getting this thing up into orbit. Anyways, freaking crazy, man. I mean, the future is here. You guys, like I said, go check that out. SpaceX has a really cool website. They have a nice little video that kind of features all the details, and just it kind of gives you all of the specs and whatnot. But yeah, anyways, Starship. I kind of nerded out on that this weekend, and then not only that, thought it was really cool. I didn't realize they had a little location here in Texas, South Texas, so that was cool too. Ironically, that's NASA is based here in Houston, Texas, so I'm sure they get a lot of input from NASA. I'm sure SpaceX and NASA kind of feed off each other. But anyways, I thought that was super cool. The future's here, guys. Like, unbelievable. I wish Chuck was here. We could really have a deep conversation about this. But what do you guys think? I mean, are you guys into like SpaceX, the Starship type movement? What do you think about it? You guys always jump in the comments. Let us know. Send us direct messages. We like having conversations like that. Like, if you send us a direct message and just want to kick it and talk, dude, we're so down. Do it. My neck hurts, dude. Like, you guys ever like sleep on your neck wrong and then like feel paralyzed the next few days after? That's me right now. Like, seriously, it happens every now and then. I slept on my neck wrong. I don't know what it was, but I literally feel like paralyzed. Like, can't move my neck. Have to move my entire body if I want to like turn or look at something. So I look ridiculous. But yeah, is that I'm sure that happens to you guys, right? Do you have any like remedies? Let me know. If you have any remedies, let me know. Because this shit is cray, man. I feel like I broke my neck over here. But yeah, so I don't know. Short and sweet, guys. I'm probably going to wrap up. I don't have a whole lot. We're going to skip sports. It just doesn't feel right, doing sports without Chuck here. So we're going to skip sports. All I know is my pick'em, I did pretty solid this week. Can't speak for Chuck, but like I said, we'll cover that next time. But let's see. I'm just going to run through everything again. So, Slow and Low, that's my whiskey. That's my fave. I brought it in here today. Benjamin Booker, go check him out. You guys will like his stuff. That song, again, is called The Slow Drag Under. Kids, man. My kids are getting older. If you guys have kids out there, if you have stories you want to share, just kind of chit-chat about, parent life, dad life, hit us up, man. We always love talking about, being parents is a unique thing, and it's always nice to discuss and have conversations about, just, your kids growing up and dad life and parent life and what that's like. And it's always nice to like talk to somebody and kind of relate, because it makes you feel like, oh yeah, I'm not the only one going through that type of thing. So, yeah, man, dad life, it's a struggle out there. And for all you moms, I know it's a struggle for you guys too. But yeah, it's just kind of hitting me hard this year. I don't know what it is. Time flies. The Chef, go check out that movie. If you guys, I'm kind of late, obviously. It was released in like 2014, but man, that movie was freaking good. And then The Chef Show, which is now streaming on Netflix. I think they come out with new episodes every week. Not sure when, but freaking awesome. I love it. Really getting into cooking right now. You guys stick around the next few weeks. I have a huge reveal. Can't wait to spill the beans. Can't wait to let the cat out of the bag. We've been prepping for this for months and months and months now. I've tried to keep my mouth shut and not get ahead of myself, but we're getting closer and closer to making this thing a reality, and I can't wait to share it with you guys. You guys, seriously, stay tuned the next few weeks. Share this podcast with your friends. Go check out SpaceX and the Starship and all that movement. That shit is freaking awesome, dude. I'm nerding out about it. It gets me excited. That's it, guys. That's it. I hope this wasn't brutal and terrible to listen to. Like I said, here solo. Never imagined myself doing this, but here we are. We miss Chuck. Hopefully he's back next week. I don't see why he wouldn't be. That's it. If you guys, have any questions or you guys want to hit us up, shoot us an email, shoot us a DM, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. We're at Modern Dude Chat. You can find me at Cody Murph, CodyMurph. You can find Chuck at Modern Chuck. That's it, guys. I hope you guys are doing good. I hope life is treating you well. I hope you're out there just kicking ass. That's it. See you guys next week. Peace.